Live across the Great Lakes State, you're connected to Michigan's most engaging and influential radio and television program, Michigan's Big Show, starring Michael Patrick Shiels, presented by Blue Cross, Blue Shield of Michigan, and Blue Care Network.
I'm producer and creative director Tony Cuthbert.
I am world correspondent Nikki Hale.
This is meteorologist John McMurray.
And I'm media director Morgan Hall.
Now in the shadow of the Capitol Dome in Lansing, he's heard from the beaches of Lake Michigan to the halls of power and behind closed doors. Here's Michigan's Michael Patrick Shiels.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Michael Patrick Shiels is on the air.
Good morning, world.
Good morning, Michigan. Michael Patrick Shiels with you. And if you're a parent or a student or a grandparent or an uncle, you'll want to turn up the radio right now because you've been hoping and crossing your fingers that your young person would get good grades. You've been hoping that they get accepted to the college of their choice, and maybe they angled for it. Maybe they did everything they could to boost up their resume while they were in high school. And yes, they got accepted to whatever school it might be. Ferris State University, Eastern Michigan University, who knows, right? Stanford, if you will. Yale, whatever. Not Ohio State, though. We're leaving them out. Just kidding. But, okay, so you've got the golden prize, and oh, wait a minute. That thing is golden. It is expensive. How in the world are we going to pay for it? And on the other end of our line to help us, steer us in that direction is Norma Richards, who is the author of Free Ride to College, a guide to grooming your kids for a full academic scholarship. And right now, I know you're going to your BlackBerry already, or your smartphone. I guess I'm the only one that has a BlackBerry anymore, but, well, I know one other person. FreeRideToCollege.com is where you can peek ahead at what you're about to hear right now. So we welcome Norma to the program through our AT&T lines. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Now, you know I made that Ohio State shot because you are from Flint, Michigan, but
Yes.
You've been living south of the border down there in Columbus. How could you engage in such treachery?
Well, it is an interesting position to be in because we just had the OSU-Michigan game, and I had the opportunity to meet and talk with Urban Meyer and take a selfie with him. So, and I took, but I also took pictures with the Michigan dance team that went on the field just before the game. So yeah, I'm in a catch-22 situation.
That Urban Meyer, he's kind of intense, isn't he?
Well, no, he was really nice when he met me. I mean, because I wasn't playing for him, right?
No, that's true, I guess. Well, so congratulations and there was, of course, Washington, D.C. in between.
Yeah.
Howard University.
Exactly.
And you get a degree in microbiology, and you end up writing a book about how to get a free college education. I can't connect those dots.
Well, yes, I am a microbiologist, and fortunately, I planned to send all of my kids to college on full academic scholarships. That's how that happened. I'm a teacher as well, a science teacher, and so I groomed them to be competitive students. So yeah, it all worked together. Yeah.
Okay, the word free. FreeRideToCollege.com. The book is called Free Ride to College, and I'm sitting here saying nothing's really free, is it? There are no free lunches, are there?
Well, that is true. Nothing is free. You do have to do the work. To get the money, you do have to know what to say to the scholarship committees and the universities to get the money, and that's what I do in my book. I show people, because I have 10 years of experience getting scholarship money for my kids or helping them to get scholarship money. And so it's not free. It's going to take you some time and effort, but it can be done. And I've after my third child went to college on a full ride, I felt like I was an expert.
I should say so. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And so I thought I would share the information with other folk because college is just extremely expensive.
Let's begin at the beginning, if you will. Isn't it true that picking the college is very important as to how much academic financial assistance you're going to get. In other words, if you barely make it into a big name university, let's say, you're probably not going to get that much help. But if you go in with a grade point average that's at the top end of the bracket for a different university, you might be treated with a little more respect.
Well, you're right on both points. But this is the thing. In my book, Free Ride to College, I talk about the fact that you can get money no matter whether your child is at the top of the food chain in terms of, let's say they have a highly competitive student profile. Or let's say they are just average. They have a 2.0. So there are so many different types of scholarships that you can apply for. And if you think outside the box, you will be able to get money no matter where your student falls in the academic competitiveness.
Okay. Now, when you say scholarships, and now you were talking about, I presume, about all different manner of partial scholarships or full scholarships, that sort of thing, right?
Well, yeah, because my kids, they didn't all get the same scholarships. It was a hodgepodge, a mixture of scholarships that they put together that got them the full academic scholarship or the full ride.
Okay.
So, you can have a child that is primarily merit-based. All my kids got merit-based scholarships, but they weren't enough to cover everything, so we had to get other money to finish. Like, for example, they would get all of their tuition covered. So how do you get your room and board covered? You have to have other scholarships. So just to give you an example, they applied for about, I would say an average of 60 scholarships.
60?
Yes. They wrote an average of 100 essays, over 100 essays. So it is a numbers game. You have to apply, but you do have to know what to say to the scholarship committees because scholarships are competitive.
Are some of them, though, I wonder, wild goose chases? I mean, we're talking about something like, what, $800 here, $1,200 there, that kind of thing?
Yes, we are, but $800 is $800.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, if there are 10,000 people applying for 2 scholarships for $800 each, then it's folly, isn't it?
Well, that's what I'm talking about, being competitive.
Yeah. How do you know?
Scholarships are competitive. That's why you have to have a plan. That's why I put the book together. Okay. What's going to give you the edge to make them give you the money over the next person? Because, yes, you have to have a compelling argument. Why they should give you the money and not the next student.
We'll find out what the silver bullet is, or at least how to find it, when we get back after this short break. Yes, it's true. 3 kids she put through school with full ride scholarships. Cobbled together, mind you, but it sounds like she got her kids to go through a lot of effort. We're going to find out how she did that, too. FreeRideToCollege.com is the website where you can find out more, and her book is called Free Ride to College. She's with us right now, Norma Richards. It's Michael Patrick Shiels all across Michigan. And Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and Blue Care Network have a wide range of health plans that are flexible. They change when life changes, and you can learn more at the new bcbsm.com. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, where confidence comes with every card. And I'm Michael Patrick Shiels, back in a flash.
You're fortunate if you have time to eat. Back in the classroom, open your books. Keep it, the teacher don't know I mean.
Well, is it easy as 1, 2, 3 to get your kid to college or get yourself to college with a full academic scholarship? Free Ride to College is the name of the book, and you can simply go to freeridetocollege.com. Norma Richards has put 3 through school, and what we've learned so far is that you said that you got your young people, your children, to write up to 100 essays as they applied for as many as 60 scholarships. The question that I'm sure everyone is asking, and I don't know I am, is how the hell did you get them to do that?
Well, I used whatever leverage I could. So I had a reward system for them. If you do this, you can get this. So that's what I've always done with my kids, to get them to be stellar students.
Now, that's the book you should write right there, how to get a teenager to do anything.
Yeah, it is you have to make a conscious effort on how to get that done. But yeah, so like if my kids wanted a cell phone, I would make them. They had to bring good grades home. If they wanted to get a car. So I used all those things as leverage. So I just didn't hand them stuff. They had to earn it.
Well, because they could out-trump you if you say, well, if you don't apply for these scholarships, you're not going to go to college, and they'd probably say, oh, so what?
No, they didn't want to live with me.
Well, there's...
See, that's the other thing. When they get to that age, you don't fill the refrigerator up with food and stuff. You make it kind of unpleasant at home.
Okay.
So they want to leave.
Constructive dismissal is what that's called. Very good. So, okay, you said a number of times in the previous segment that there are things that you want to communicate to these people making the decision on scholarships, and that in your book it talks at great detail about that. But can you just give us a hint at least as to what they're looking for?
Well, yeah, scholarship committees are... It depends on what the scholarship is. So I think if I was to say anything, that people don't realize how important community service is. So I never let my kids work their junior year of high school, especially in the summer. Instead of working, they did at least 100 hours of community service. Because for two reasons. Number one, to whom much is given, much is expected. If you want to get money, you have to give. If you want them to just give you money, you have to give your time and of yourself to the community. The second thing is, in regards to that, is, you need at least 100 hours to be competitive on that front. And the third thing is you have to have something to talk about in the essays. So that is one of the things that, if I had to just to tell you to make you a little more competitive, that would be it. Instead of your kid can't make enough money in the summer anyway to pay for college, right?
Do your kids have Facebook and Instagram and all that?
Absolutely. They have Facebook, Instagram, and that's another thing I talk about in the book, how to manage that distraction. You want them to be technical, but you don't want them to stay on it all day. So managing Facebook and making sure that they don't post things. Like here's a good example. My daughter would not let me be her Facebook friend. So that's okay. You know what? I just Googled her, and her stuff came up. So I showed, and I did that to show them that scholarship committees, all they have to do is Google you. And your social media stuff is going to come up. And
you think that they go to that length to look and see what you're up to? And if
absolutely.
See you with 6 dozen Coronas at the beach somewhere, that maybe they're not going to give you that money.
Yes. Scholarships are competitive. They have to find ways to weed people out. And that is one of the ways that they do it. So, yes, social media. Make sure you don't put anything on there that you don't want a scholarship committee or a college admissions director to see.
And that fearsome FAFSA form that you have to fill out right after the first of the year, isn't it, to see what kind of government help you're going to get? What's that all about? Well,
to be honest, it is a formality. It was a formality for me. We never got any grants, or they told us they'd loan us $2,000.
Oh,
so that was another reason I was highly motivated to become an expert on gaining scholarship money, because we just did not qualify for. You are required to fill out the FAFSA. Everybody should do it because, if they happen to give every student at the university money, this is how they account for it. So you should fill it out, but for me, it was not. I didn't get anything from it.
Tell me the most surprising or curious scholarship that was granted.
The most surprising, well, I can tell you one of the most surprising that we applied for. We applied for that Dr. Pepper challenge, and in that you have to make a video, and my kid actually went on top of a building to show how she wanted to, she's an engineering student, and she wanted to show how she was going to improve the world by improving solar panels. So she went on top of this building that was just a sea of solar panels, and it was very interesting because she's scared of heights. She climbed on top of this building, and so that was she didn't get the scholarship, but I was just really proud of her. She was thinking outside the box, and yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a heck of a big, tough, all-consuming job to apply for scholarships at that level. But you can get into the details. And thank you very much, Norma Richards. Go Blue. FreeRideToCollege.com. And the book is called Free Ride to College as well. So she put 3 kids through school. Full academic scholarships. Of course, it was a patchwork. But there you have it. Check it out for yourself. It's that time of year, isn't it? Thank you very much, and good luck to you in Columbus and elsewhere, too. Microbiologist, but a parent, number 1. 26 after the hour, back in a flash.